up, down there? I'm at it again. Gunzito, the dope African Puerto Rico. You know it's about that time. And December day, Apa Mfuleni, Cape Town, South Africa. I am here to talk to the most amazing Principlez SA. Mr. Mbane ngokwakhe, producer yalapha eBadale, Alpha Lifestyle Group, Lenzandoni, akutheni, sifuna uyazi londo, size kuye apha emzini. And I told you, y'all know Whazup. My Whazuppers, I always bring you the fresh, craziest things. And I'm Hlanje, we're doing the most. Ulweni bahlali, ngihlala nemvumi apha eBadale. Siyambonga, you must see this. It's gonna be crazy. I already feel it. It's 2019, what you doing with your life, man? Yes, we are right here, Sibikile. It's all good. It's all good. We got craziest. And look, I tell you one more time, it's 2019, what you doing with your life? My Whazuppers, we are here, Alpha Lifestyle Group, Principlez SA. Do not forget SA. Shut up. What's again? It's your boy Gunzito, the dope African Puerto Rico. As you know, it's the Whazup team doing the utmost. Silapa, Mfuleni, Cape Town, Badale. And y'all know this face. If you do not know this face, y'all about to know him. Sina Badala, Spunukwazi, Lubanzi ngaye. What does he do? What is he into? What does he love? So namhlanje sifikile buta vakuwe man. Kunjani baba?
Yeah, I'm good man.
Yeah, no. Yabana apparently yanetha, but what can we do? It's Cape Town weather. Silaba sispan. Can you please tell the Whazup people out there, what do you do actually? Because this studio, go Alpha Group. Yeah man, tell us more about yourself.
Principlez is originally Lusanda Mbane. I'm a musician, I'm a music producer, I'm an entrepreneur, the founder of Alpha Lifestyle Group, apart from a lot of other stuff that I do. So yeah.
Too versatile. Yeah. You just mentioned Alpha Lifestyle Group. What is it? Let's just get down in the 411, like what does happen inside the Alpha Lifestyle Group?
Okay, basically, the principal business of Alpha Lifestyle Group is a record label. And then we also have other departments like events management, artist management. We have celebrity PR. Yeah, so that's some of the stuff that we're doing, and eventually we're gonna get into publishing and
wow. That's amazing. So how many artists do you originally have as it's a group, it's a PR, publishing, later on you the producer, the musician. So how many artists are there in the Alpha?
Well, at the moment, because personally I decided to take a break, a little break, because I have a part that I had to. We all have. It's a calling I had to answer, you know, because I've been running away from it for a while, and it kind of was weighing on me. Yeah, in terms of now artists, I was working with Uspora the Level. I worked with actually Uspora is working with Uvugani. I'm a piano guy from was it Scomplas? I think so.
Wow.
Yeah, he's under his
the two guys.
Yeah.
Master Giwesiatelela.
Uvugani. So
okay.
Yeah,
okay,
he's working with Uvugani now, and I was also working with Yolanda Feiruz, but not as.
Hey, she's buzzing, Machi. She's buzzing.
She's
Twitter, Insta, she's there. Definitely. So is she part of, or she's just working?
I can say, well, she's not signed under the label, but we have a working relationship going on. Okay. Yeah, and then. So the only artist that I can say
fully it's part of
it's me. Yeah, it's me. And then I also have another artist that I'm working with from a Crossroads, Mr. G, the hustler, is one of the guys that I'm developing. Actually subscribed on one of the initiatives I came up with to help artists, because I kind of felt most artists don't have the money that is required, you know, to pay for the services. So I felt, why not just come up with an initiative that's going to be all-encompassing, that's going to cover all the services, you know, like the PR, the branding, the artist development, the recordings and all that. So yeah, he basically is one of the people that...
Yeah, well, partly. I want to get into the, because look, most people just jump into music and most people just say the musicians, the producers, beat makers, all of this. So when did you actually start this whole journey of being a musician and the business?
Yeah, well, my parents say I was born to it, because
wow, that's
when I was
amazing.
young,
shout out to the parents.
Yeah, they say when I was young, like I could sing any song on key. You know, and yeah, my first experience in terms of that, I remember, I think it was like early primary. I was probably 8 or 9, you know. So there was this concert that was going to happen at the church I was going to at that time, and so the lady that composed the song was not available on the last day of practice, and the song was composed the previous night. So now the whole choir actually forgot, you know. Wow. And I was the only one who could remember. So I just went to my grandpa and I was like, you were singing like this, and she was singing like this and that, you know. So that's when I actually discovered
you arranged that song.
Yeah, so they performed and they actually won. You know. Yeah, so that was.
Did you get any credits?
I didn't need one. I didn't need one. You know, sometimes you know, this is something that my father used to say, like growing up in the music. You know? He used to say, not everyone is in it for the long haul. Some of them are kapawek, because when this is your destiny, this is what you're supposed to do, this is where you're gonna end up, you know.
Coming to that, I heard you are in a group of 10 guys, massive. What happened to y'all? What happened to the group? Don't laugh much. Look, South Africa needs to hear this, because what you just said to me, Ngongoku, like some of y'all by a cup, some don't even, and then they just like weren't serious enough. What happened, Machi?
Yeah. Okay, actually, Immersive 10 was a product of Amadesperado. Amadesperado was a product of Ndira. You know.
Break it down. I'm lost.
Actually, even before, okay, I'll explain the whole thing. So basically, when I started out, I was Prince Anonymous, and I was like, no man, it doesn't sit well with me. No. And then I switched into Anonymous Principles, and then later, I felt I need an African name as well, you know, as an alter ego. So then it was Ndira, because there's always been like the sophisticated side of me and the artistic side of me. So Ndira is the hardcore artist. Yeah. And
you can hear that alias is Umachi.
You know, and then Principles is it's the character, the true character.
Okay, okay.
It's me. You know, when you are talking to me like this, you are talking to Principles. And now to break down the name, it was Anonymous Principles because I've always been a weird guy in a way. You know,
quiet.
I'm likable, but it's not easy to figure me out. You know, because it's part of the path I was talking about, like in terms of my calling. So I've always been a guy that follows his own thing, if I may put it that way. You know, everyone might be going to the left, and if that inner voice says, "Hey, my guy,
this is not you,"
you know, so I would go to the right, and it would make sense to me. But only now that I understand what was happening, you know, even back then, because you know, there comes a time when you get to a level of understanding of the universe itself, the creator and all that, and you start figuring out, you know, not everything that I've done and achieved in my life was because of how great I am.
So hence came the crew, the massive.
Exactly.
So you guys went in the actual path.
So now what happened is Principlez formed Desperado, you know, with other guys, and Desperado formed Massive 10 as part of the Reach Out program.
Sure.
Because us and the 90 Degrees, RIP to Pizza, and shout out to 9 March. You know, so we were the only ones at that time that would be in Fuleni, and we felt we need to reach out because we know there's more artists as well that are doing the most, you know, but as not platforms. So we created a structure basically, you know, we recruited 10 artists, including ourselves and one lady, you know, so there were 11 of us.
Like the squad came
we started actually as 13 people. And then the others, like, they fell off.
The egos, weren't there any egos in the, like 10, 13 people?
Of course there would be, because
how'd you deal with that?
Here's the issue, you know, as the visionary, for me, it's always been about the product. I always tell people, like, this is one of my philosophies, that a chef doesn't cook for a chef for a reason, because the other chef won't appreciate the effort of
competition.
This other chef, you know. So you have to do things for the people that will relate to, you know, because I respect that. So it was something like that, man. You know, as much as it was about music, but some people were just power hungry, because Massive 10 actually opened a lot of doors for us. We saw ourselves.
I saw the video when you guys were doing the video on the streets. I mean, you had the whole hood like, wow.
Exactly. I mean, we even got to top 5 artists to look out for on Hype magazine.
I was like, Hype. I never seen any other artist in Fuleni come through the Hype till today.
And after that, I pushed. After Massive 10, we formed the 3D fam. Actually, while Massive 10 was existing, there were a smaller group, including you.
I was part of that. I know.
You know, so we formed a 3D fam, and a 3D fam was the younger generation of the Massive 10 type of vibe.
The fresh guys.
Know, and like it was in terms of.
And they were hungry.
Yeah, hunger, buzz, creativity. You could tell that these people are young and they are in it to win it.
While we're at it, what would you say to people out there that do have crews that have more than 6 or 10 people? Like, what would you advise them? Because you've come from 13, 10, 6, 3 people. Where it's done.
One thing that I've learned, Kukuti, in order for a group to survive, individuals need to be powerful on their own. Everyone needs to know what role are they putting into whatever the cause is. Because most of the time, some people are just there to fill up seats. And it becomes sad because whoever is active, they have the burden of having to carry everyone, you know, and that's why crews break, you know. And some people are not in it for the survival of whatever the cause is. They are there to be seen. Some are there because they see an opportunity to make money. Some are there for control, you know. So there's a lot of reasons that people jump into things, and that's why it's very important to see what is there synergy with the people I'm working with. Because if there's no synergy, then it's not going to go any further.
Y'all was the people, y'all heard it first from the horse's mouth. He was also nominated in Africa. Would you tell us more about that? Like, come on, Machi, Hot Magazine Africa. Like, how you do this?
I could say it's grace, actually.
Right.
Because even today, it doesn't make sense, you know. Because, okay, here's what happened. I was working with a Sotho artist called Baz. It's basically part of how I
know Baz has got a nice, rich voice.
Yeah. So we actually, Baza came to me for a single. He was gonna drop his first ever single. So because he understood Uguti in terms of the black market in the music scene, like I understand it better, and my name is already buzzing. So we've known each other for a couple of years already. So he came with a proposal. Yes, Prince, I wanna have a single, man, and I want you to produce it. And then somewhere along the line, he also met a cousin of his who happened to be a friend of mine, a close friend of mine, Pasco. And then through Pasco, he ended up featuring Bin and Pasco. And then he also wanted a female vocalist, and then he got Zico, you know, who was also working with
Zikona Jacobs.
Yeah. So now when we did the single, because they also wanted Uguti to feature Risha on the song, and then when we did the song, like, it became big actually.
Production all yours?
Yeah. Yes. So it ended up becoming big. I played on 5FM, you know, by C Live, you know. So it was buzzing and it was refreshing, because the guys even said, wow, we like this song, but how can we categorize it? You know, we don't know whether this is hip hop or it's rapping, and the instrumentals, they say, I am hip hop, but you know, it makes masala. So
I love that.
It was something like that. And then eventually Baza said, why not we just do an EP together? Because people love us as a pair, you know. So we did an EP. We dropped another single with the legendary reggae artist Dimas, formerly known as Mr. Dimas. So we did a song called "It's All Right." It got airplay, became #1 nationwide. On Good Hope FM, YFM, on Shobo.
That's massive. Yeah, it's very massive.
Like on the major platforms. And then also after that, we actually, the funny thing about now the story of It's All Right, we dropped it at the same time as Ukusheshe by Casper and Malum Coquette. And the funny thing is, there were some similarities between us,
two songs,
because I rap in Xhosa mostly and English, and Malum Coquette raps in isiZulu and English. And then Ubaza raps in isiSotho and English. Casper raps in isiTswana and English. You know, so
the
now
similarities are there,
we dropped the songs around the same time. And I believe it was also, like, in terms of the music, the radio sampling, it happened around the same time. So on entries, like on radio stations, we would repeat it together, you know. So yeah, it would be like competition, and we would win, like, most of the time. We would win because our song was more musical, you know. So we would get a play, you know. We would get a play. But the funny thing is, after that, we thought we needed to drop a song that's gonna be formidable and
was it the song that was nominated?
Yeah, a song with a message, like a strong message, you know, because it's an EP, it's a short project.
But so tell the people what you were nominated for.
Yeah, so after It's All Right, we dropped a song called Africa. And the Sprite offered to sponsor us to shoot a video. So they gave us some cash, and then
how much?
Yeah, we need some nice figures, you know. Nice figures. But the reason why I said it's grace, man, it's because Usprite, Usprite with Mr. Levendal, the father of one of the guys I was working with, Marvin Levendal, from Imop Cow Entertainment. His father.
Is that in Kaila?
Yeah. His father also coughed out some cash, and so we put together that money and went to the Accolade Productions. So they shot a video for us. The video was actually worth 60K, but they shot with less money. So what they said to us is that they will only charge for the editing. They'll shoot for free because the message is strong. Man.
I saw the video. It's
so that's beautiful. The video that got nominated. You know, it got nominated for the Afrima Awards in Nigeria, and actually at that time it was the first ones. You know, it was.
Tell people. So Whazup needs to know what are the Afrimas
officially. Like? Principlez Bazasan and Ukulichana were the first South African hip-hop artists to get nominated there. And we also got nominated at the Ibiza music video awards.
That was a big move, my G.
Yeah.
So did you open the Alpha Lifestyle group through that Mula they got them?
No, Alpha already existed.
Already?
Because Alpha comes from Barcoded Music. It was Barcoded Music initially, and then there was some arguments with another guy from the US, you know, about like the
it happens in
business, on Facebook,
yeah.
Because he's I don't know what Barcoded Music, what you know,
was there
like his company, but they were registered more or less around the same year or whatever. I don't know.
So was the conflict,
but
because of the names
and actually, I also wanted to rebrand, but I just had to put him in his place, you know, first
before you did it.
Yeah, because of the way he approached.
I want you to put some people in place. Yeah. Give me your, because you know what's up, guys. Always gonna be like, yo, what's happening? Give us your top 5, man. Like your top 5. Currently, who's buzzing? Who's murdering the scene for you in terms of hip hop?
Yeah, man. You know, I'll have to go with Stogie as my number 1.
Stogie T.
That's the man for me. And secondly, I would go with the Boy T.
Who? Boy Tumelo.
Boy Tumelo too. That one, that one is strong. She's strong. That's my number 2. My number 3 would be Young CPT.
Gabstat.
Yeah, that would be Young CPT, and then I would go with my number 4 and number 5. I would go with Nasty C. And then my number 5 is also from Cape Town. Lura.
Right.
Lura.
I've heard his. Yeah. No, he's only a good come up, bro.
I didn't count myself there though for that reason, you know, because just before Stogie.
Hashtag the first number 1. Alright. Yo, my cheese is the Whazup. It's the Whazup. You heard it first. I did not ad-lib nothing. I didn't put no subtitles there. So it came from, if you see him, ask him why he didn't put you in that top 5 of his. Well, he forgot himself, but he's there on top of Stogie.
Yeah.
We found the volume. My G, you've been a treat, man. You've been a treat. It was nice to have you. I'd love to hear what you do here at the Alpha, you know. Are you gonna hold a little but for us there? Wouldn't you love? Come on, Whazup people. I know that's all up there. My G, I heard your top 5. Crazy. I'm just wondering, the other guys were not even mentioned. What are they doing in their seats now? But tell me more, man. You dropped the body of work. I heard a song. It's crazy. It's crazy. Tell us more about the whole artwork you did.
Okay. Actually, after we went solo with Baza, I decided to, doing my own body of work. So it was the first time I actually did a full body of work, like as a solo artist, you know, because I felt, you know what, I've been in so many situations where I'm heading the creation of body of works. However, it doesn't belong to me, you know, and I've always been the influence in terms of the sound. So I felt it's about time I actually do something that's going to show the original Alpha. Yeah, I've got. So
that's
yeah. So basically,
is that symbol, or is that also part of like the ritual of the Alpha lifestyle? When you come here, you must have.
No, it's not a ritual, but it's more a character, you know, like my true character. I see myself a lot in an alpha lion, you know, because an alpha lion knows its position, you know, fights for its territory.
And it's them,
exactly. And it usually gets the best, you know. So basically, with an alpha male, what I learned about them is the fact that they don't even try hard, you know, but the rest of the herd will know. This is,
and they lead by example.
This is the guy, exactly, you know, and they protect as well. It's not only about them, but they get the first preference because of what they are able to do for the rest, you know. So yeah, like I have that sort of character, you know, because I know my capability as an individual. But it's not something that I've exposed to the world, you know. So that's why I always found myself like in crews and doing projects, collaborating projects with people, you know, and I always say whoever comes through that door will never go home the same. And it's actually a fact, you know. But
I can feel the presence in here. I'm inspired, G. I'm inspired. Just imagine if we're doing some music or something else. Like, hey.
So I did the original Alpha EP as my first debut project. So
solo.
It was blessed by people like Sebulele Miti, one of the
finalists. On the EP.
On the intro. I actually asked them to send me voice notes. It was Motion Billy, one of the most successful young music video directors in the country, actually in Africa. So it's Motion Billy, it's BRF in Joburg. It's also one of top 6 young producers from South Africa. And then it was Sebulele Miti, who was a finalist on The Voice SA season 1, you know. So they blessed me with their voice notes, like saying whatever they felt, you know, about my journey. And actually, the funny thing is, when I did the intro, I did it last on the project. But I had to shut the door, and I cried because I could feel, you know, because I'm a spiritual person, so I could feel that these guys, they actually meant what they said, you know. It was not they were not the only ones that sent a voice notes, but that I could feel what they're saying comes,
it gives you that
from the heart, you know. So it's a 10-track project. I worked with Ospura De Level, I worked with Binan Pasco, I worked with Tumelo, the vocalist. Eli the rapper. I worked with him. I worked with Phantom Culture from Zim. Man, that guy, he's out of this world. The world will know about him soon. Like, he's super talented. He's also a qualified sound engineer and producer from SAE.
Talking about that,
Ziko as well.
Zikona
Jacobs with Garth Jacobs. With Garth Jacobs, my white friend. My white dude on the mastering, you know. So it's a nice
I was about to say, talking about that, you worked with all these people. Now I'd love to know, because come on now, we live in South Africa. It's not easy, Machi. Can you tell us the hustles hassles and the obstacles that you came across?
Yeah, actually, man, the biggest challenge working with artists is artists are selfish people. They think only for themselves. They don't consider the hours we put into making their songs sound as beautiful as they sound. And secondly, I'm an honest person, you know, like I'm very straight up, but in a polite way, you know, because I love to see people developing and getting new heights, you know, like personally and artistically.
Nah, thanks for
you know
the list, man. Like,
so now the issue is people not being patient enough, you know,
for that good quality.
Yeah, because
project.
I never ask for money from people. There's a single out, I won't say by who, but there's a commercial house song that's out. It actually required a small investment, you know. It could have been big now, but I felt I'm not gonna say anything. If someone wants to do it their own way, then it's fine, you know. But we'll see.
No, I feel like you need to tell my Whazup people, like they are like guns. This guy is like running away from this. Tell us the song. Which song are you talking about, and which project is that? I'd love to know.
Nah. But the one thing I want to mention, man, like my experience warrants me the right to advise. You know, because I've worked with people that are successful today, and they actually started from the bottom. You know, so sometimes when I give out an advice, and I have like personal relationships with some of the guys that are in the industry, you know. So sometimes I want to ask a favor on behalf of somebody else, but you know, it's not easy to give umthwalo womnye to your friend, because your friend has no relationship with that person. So
and they won't take it high.
Yeah, as a token of appreciation, I know that guy is not gonna say, for instance, like, no, give me this much, but at least to say, no, buy yourself a drink. You know, like as a token of appreciation, because that's not his workload. He has a relationship with me of money, because I have the right resources, you know. I have,
like, I mean,
I have the experience and skills, man, you know, but all these things need a budget at the end of the day, you see. So at the end of the day, it kind of works on my nerve, if I may put it that way, because I want to do something and there's not enough money to actually do it, you know. So it becomes compromising, you know. I don't like to do subpar things, you know. When I do something, I like to go all the way up, and so
execute it to the fullest, Machi. Did you go to school for this? Sound engineering school?
I got my books.
You got your books right here.
I never studied sound. However, like I said, my father actually was prophesying over my life that
forever.
You are destined for this, you know. And I'm a person that truly believes in destiny. You know, so basically him saying those things, now I know that it was actually affected something that I was meant to do. But what I've been doing, apart from going to school, I never went to school for it, but I've been investing on my craft. I've been spending a lot of money on data to get like some good tutorials, for instance, you know. But whenever I do a research, I do research like in a specific manner. If I want to know something about like LFOs and envelopes, I would specifically search about that. You know, sound design, I go for that. If I want something to do about mixing, I would check. In terms of mixing, what's there to consider? Is it compression? Then I would research about compression specifically. Is it about EQ? Then I would do that. You know, so basically that I've always been that, and people call me a nerd in a way because of such stuff. But
I was about to say that.
It helps.
Would you recommend your path to other people out there that would love to? Because look, I mean, I've went to on the web. Fruity Loops is there. How to do a beat is there. So Do you think it's proper for people? Isn't that copying?
You know, there's this term, passion. We like to use elagama without the true understanding of what it actually means. Billy Selekan is one of the most successful philanthropists and entrepreneurs in the country. I watched a video of him a couple of years back. He was describing, he was defining actually what passion means, and he said I think it's a Greek word or Latin, something like that, but one of these ancient languages. And he said it means to feel pain for. So meaning
whatever
being willing to go through pain for something that you love.
Mawazappers, you are getting schooled. Right.
So to answer your question, anyone can get into this thing, but how far are they willing to go?
Take this?
Because it's not for everyone. Like, the stress is real, the stress is real. I never ever thought in my life I could ever take a break from music. But I was like, you know what, it's enough now. But I realized it's something that was meant to happen, because I started silencing the noise and actually got the divine mandate that I needed in order to fulfill my dreams, So,
y'all are getting to school today. Moving forward, Machi, where do you see yourself? It's 2019.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, I have a 30 years plan, right? And in that 30 years, 2 years deep. So while I'm 2 years deep, I'm actually expanding now as a person, which I love, because, like I said, my path has more to do with spirituality than any of these things. Because even the music that I make, there's a reason I don't like to write.
Sure.
A song would come through as a complete song in my head. I didn't even think about it. It's just a feeling that gets me whenever it gets me, and I stop everything and start applying. Basically, trying to I don't want to say translate, but ukupela, trying to, whatever happened, I'm going to use spirituality as well. Whatever happened in my head, now I have to make sure that other people hear it.
Wow. The same way you were feeling
exactly the same way, So that's why I don't like to work without inspiration.
Is there a song on the EP that came like that, so people can just go through it and go to that and actually hear and be like, okay, no, Principlez was on the nut right there. You understand?
All of the songs came like that. However, there is one that actually woke me up around 2 a.m. A complete verse. I didn't write it, I just rapped it boom. I was sleeping and I had a dream of myself doing the verse. And I woke up, I literally woke up and switched on my PC. I started recording the verse, and it's the best verse on that project.
Yes.
And you would understand.
Just like that.
Yeah. And you would
What track is that?
It's number 2, it's Warrior. I feature Spur at the level there. It's actually a bridge because it's 8 bars. But what I say there, you would understand me, the person, and the spiritual side. Everything is there in that 8 bars. So after you listen to that 8 bars, you'll never ask me anything about who I am.
I'm gonna go to that EP and go to number 2, Warrior, Machi.
Yeah.
Man, I like it. You've been a sport, man. You've been I learned. Most people say you got passion, but not really there. Wow. No, it's Gunzito saying this. Right? Where can people catch you, Machi?
On Facebook. Actually,
Why you be like this?
No. The thing is, I'm trying to stay away from social media. But yeah, they can get me on social media. On Facebook, it's Principles with no S, but a Z. Yeah, with a Z. Principles SA. With a space there. Or on my personal account, which is about probably.
You ain't adding no people no more.
So it's Principlez Mbane, Principles with a Z. And then on Twitter, it's Principles SA, no space. On Instagram, it's the same. Yeah, no WhatsApp.
Are you performing? It's the weekend next week. It's come on, cheap. It's the first week of November.
Like I said, I took a break this year, and I've withdrawn from anything that's going to put me in a public space. But let me tell you something. I was in church today, and because I'm a sound guy, and somehow, sometimes you can hide, but you won't hide forever.
There will be that opportunity. Yeah. They'll be like.
So one day I got exposed that I can sing, and then I was fully put into the worship team, and so today it happened that I was leading a song as part of the performances that we normally do.
Hallelujah!
And then there's a popular, like mega popular pastor, Pastor SD, like he was there, to promote the hours they are doing. It's called something Canva. And they heard me like performing there
with the worship team.
Yeah, with the worship team, and they said something about a nomination.
That actual song should be part of.
Like us as the worship team, or me. I don't know what the story is. I'll hear from our lead what the story is about that. But that's why I'm saying, man. That's why I'm saying, most of these things I understand now that it is through grace, because I'm not a gospel artist. I can sing though, but I'm not a gospel artist. And it happens that I get spotted by someone who's popular in the gospel industry.
Exactly.
And so
just to leave my people out there, man. Just to leave my people out there happy, because you're a rapper. Yeah. I'd love to hear a 16 Pazanyana cheap.
This guy.
Come on. Because look, they're gonna see this and go to the album. Do you have it on stores on the web page? Is it out there?
They can get movie on all digital music stores, on iTunes.
This man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah. You must look at that camera right there. Or please give us the one in Warrior we just spoke about. That voice that woke you up 2 a.m.
Okay, let me just quickly think about it.
Yeah, my Whazup, it's 2019. Okay. What you doing with your life? As 3 days in 19, but man, say me to liver. We're out here living, man.
I'll slow it down so that everything.
How any way you want to do it, man, you feel free, man.
Yeah, it goes like, they feel inferior, not knowing how to deal with a godly nigga. Transcended my spirit and mind just to body niggas. That holy trinity, divinity till infinity, the energy with the ability to break my wrist virginity. Hey, this is insanity, but I won't live in vanity. I had a score to settle since dropping out university. Hey, many thought I would turn out to be a big flop. Been through hell and back, all in the name of hip hop.
Cut! Yo! Cut! $10, man. Yo, Principles SA just murdered a scene with a flipping dope 8 bars. Oh my God, did you hear that? The holy trinity. University. What did your parents say when you dropped out of school? Was it fun? Did they?
No, they were not, man. But I'm sure they're proud now.
They should be, my G. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of. Oh my gosh, did you hear that? Whazup? It's 2019. My followers, make sure you follow Whazup. It's out there. Love it, like it. Tell everybody about it. Stay dope. Stay dope. Stay Look, be good, man. Just be good, my G. Like, this guy is crazy. Is great. A producer, a writer. What are you not?
Nothing.
It's our Gunzito, the dope African Puerto Rico. Cape Town, stand up. SA, stand up. Africa, make sure you wake up knowing you're gonna be something, because you are super unique. Love all of y'all.
Word.